It's training camp season, and we're taking another look at the Cleveland Browns, and we're going to get another look at Shedeur Sanders. We're going to watch him work through some drills, throw some rockets all over the field, and everything else. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're covering the rookie camp clips from all the teams, from all the top rookies, anybody we can really find. It will be right here on the channel. Soon it's OTAs, soon it's mini camp, soon it's workouts from these players, and then it's training camp. And if you want to see what your players are doing behind the scenes, it'll be right here. Click that button, stop missing out. And we got a quarterback battle right now in Cleveland, as we got multiple quarterbacks fighting for the job, plus Shedeur Sanders is there trying to get it as well. And I got about 6 minutes of clips, a lot from today's practice, a lot from yesterday's practice. We're going to watch them all, loop them, keep talking ball. But there he is. There he is, working on the feet, getting it out. The start should mostly be from today's practice, plus extras that were new to me from yesterday, but I might already had them. There's so much on Shedeur Sanders. I think that's the great thing about him going to Cleveland, is you're getting some extra eyes on you. But Cleveland does a good job of showing their players in training camp, OTAs, minicamp, rookie camp. They do a very good job of that. So with this, I expect to have a lot of video out on Shedeur, Dillon, and everybody else. Quinshon Judkins, I expect to have a lot on your rookies. There we go. There's Judkins right there. There he is. You're looking at Shedeur. You're looking at Dillon Gabriel. And the thing about these two quarterbacks, from what I've seen, from what I've read, from all the tweets, 100 of them, hundreds, good things from both quarterbacks. This Harold Fannin, I like him. I like him from Bowling Green. Solid. Dylan Sampson right there, catching balls out of the backfield. There's Shedeur. Things looking good. Things looking good. Here's the next rep. Boom. Rolling out there. Not rolling out, but stepping out. There he is. Boom. Getting it. Dillon Gabriel handing it off. There's Quinshon. He's got some pop in the step. Just instant right there. There's Dylan Sampson right there. Boom, there he is. The RB2 at Cleveland, drafted in the draft, is better than anything Shedeur had at Colorado at running back. Think about those terms. Now you got Quinshon. There's Shedeur just getting it out there. Getting it out there. We got some 7-on-7 footage somewhere in here too. There he is again. 92.3, the fan hooking us up. Harold Fannin right there. That's a big time tight end from Bowling Green. Very productive. Very productive tight end. Stepping back. In the drills, he's looking good. He's been looking good. He's been looking on point. And I said this yesterday, that regarding of everything, it's not a hot take at all, but Shedeur's gotta be pristine in these practices. Not just rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp, training camp. He's got to be pristine. This team has picks next year. It's a loaded quarterback class. It's supposed to be decorated. Daniel Jeremiah, right when they made the pick, he said that instantly, like that was under the radar, under the table from big media being spewed out there that they were looking into next year's class. There's a lot into that. There's a lot into that. And now we're looking at Shedeur Sanders, who fell in the draft, who's a lot more talented than the price tag. Let's just say that for the draft pick. Let's just say that. And they drafted Gabriel ahead of him. Gabriel, competition-wise, I said in my piece yesterday, I said Shedeur should beat him out. I would look for it. But I also said, like, don't overlook Gabriel. Just don't overlook him. He's got a lot of experience in college. Very accurate. If he was taller, he'd be drafted a lot higher. He's got good moxie in the pocket. This is a good quarterback battle for the price. Like a 3rd and 5th for this talent. Shedeur's showing off the feet there in the drills. Showing off some more. Boom, getting it out. His release is crisp. His release is crisp. You get a better look in drills and workouts than in game, don't you? Boom. There it is. Pretty deep ball. He's got pretty touchdown field. Very accurate touchdown field. Joe Flacco, the veteran in the building. He might just get it by default. But if he has a bad run, things not looking in camp, Father Time starts stepping in. Now we're looking at the rookies. I don't think we're going to be looking at Kenny Pickett much. I just don't see how Kenny Pickett... Like, Kenny Pickett versus Gabriel's a tough battle. You throw in Shedeur. That's a tough battle for Kenny Pickett. I said it when Kenny Pickett got drafted. Jordan Addison's the reason why he got there. Jordan Addison was that good of a prospect. That's what got him in the first round. Boom. There he is. Good feet. Everything's been sounding good about Shedeur Sanders, though, from camp. Have not heard a lick of anything negative. There's only been one clip that I had like a negative outlook on. It might be in here. It should be in here because I've recorded all of them. There was just a little bit of drifting in the back in the pocket. But that's one of 6 minutes of clips. And that's like maybe about 100. So then that's a numbers game you're looking at. So looking good. The throws have been on the money. Boom. Timing been looking good. Feet's been looking good. Both quarterbacks been looking good. That's one thing definitely say. That's one thing I've definitely read. I've been looking at all the clips here. And Shedeur's been looking solid. Arm solid. We got the potential to climb this depth chart. And we could be a starter this year. We could be a starter by week 1. We could definitely do that. The release is looking quick. And the reason why we can be a starter by week 1, there's a lot of ambiguity on this depth chart. It's not like he's behind a locked-in starter and we're just going to have to wait for years. That could have happened. He could have got drafted round 3 or 4 and been behind like Dak Prescott or something crazy like that. Or been behind any of the starters that's just locked in. Josh Allen. It's like something stupid like that. Like you're saying, I don't see that happening. Eventually, the price got cheap enough where anything could have happened. But we go to Cleveland here. Things are very ambiguous. When the draft pick was made, go back to the picture of the brass in the box, them showing what happened, of them clapping. You'll see the heads just really not seem very enthusiastic. Some guys in the back clapping pretty good. It's mixed. It's mixed feelings here with Shedeur. So he has to play well. If you're rooting for him, you have to root for him every day and see how he's playing in practice. And I said this in one of the videos yesterday. I've been doing so many videos and a lot on the Browns because they're giving us a lot. That the joint practices right before the preseason games is where you're going to get that feel. That's where you're going to get a lot of reps against complex coverages, a lot of reps against things that are being thrown at you. And that's where you're going to get the feel where these quarterbacks at in their development, where they're at, if they're expedited or not. And if he can rise to those occasions during his joint practices, that's where he's going to get his lead. That's where that's going to happen. Rookie camp, minicamp OTAs, it's just the feel of like passes like this, of back here and drills, like just not messing up, just shooting free throws and not missing your free throws. But things are going to get complex in that part of training camp. That's the part of training camp you want to look at. So a couple weeks into it, a week and a half or so, I'll have those clips. That's when we figured out Bo Nix was a starter before he was named the starter on this channel. That's how we figured it out, was going through and reading the tea leaves from the joint practices. The joint practices are by far more important than the preseason games because it's pretty much preseason game on steroids because you're getting more reps of the same thing pretty much. It's just not under the lights. You're getting more reps because those players are only playing so many series in the preseason game. The preseason game could be the final nail in the coffin, so you can look at it in that light, and that might hold more weight in your head. But all those reps in those joint practices, man, against different coverages, different schemes, those fights, everything. That's where things are going to come ahead. That's where things are going to come ahead. And I think Shedeur Sanders has the upside to climb this depth chart. I've said it before, said it yesterday. I think we have the potential to win this job. But every day is going to matter. Every day is going to be a scrap. Just from what we saw in the draft, from what we saw when he was picked, from that picture that half the people in the room, I mean, they weren't smiling. They weren't smiling. They had that ear. You know it. You know it. But again, I root for almost everybody in the league because that's the fun thing about football. I love watching these training camp stories, and this is a huge training camp story that's very elevated right now that we have to watch throughout the summer. We have to watch. Like, we have not seen anything like this before. A first-round quarterback falls to the 5th round, gets selected with another quarterback in the same class that is regarded as a developmental backup, but there's the traits of this developmental backup that are good enough to be competitive, but you weren't really predicting him. But again, like, if you show up, considering you're a 5th-round pick, considering everything involved, and you have a run of 3 bad practices in July or something, that could be enough to push you down the depth chart. Plus, that team's got extra picks going into 2026 with a rocked-up quarterback class that's looking good so far. That could change. That could change. Someone probably already said that from when I first stated that in the comments, but I don't care because I'm just talking, giving reference. But it is a good quarterback class. It's expected to be better than this year's quarterback class. You could say, hey, it's always better, but we know the names from recruiting. We know the names throughout the years. Right now, it's projecting to be so, and it's pretty locked in stone unless a couple injuries happen or a couple fall-offs happen. That's where that could change. That could happen. Oh, I mean, we cover the recruiting scene here. We cover college ball, high school ball too here. We know this. Shedeur Sanders, though, every day is going to be a fight. Every day is going to be a fight. Every practice is going to be a fight. Browns camps, OTAs minicamp, training camp, rookie minicamp right now. Every day is going to be a fight. Every practice has like some gamemanship to it. Down the depth chart here. Because, one, you should be able to beat out Kenny Pickett. If you can't beat out Kenny Pickett, then we might as well wrap this up. No matter how bad half the team hates you. Half the organization, coaching staff, whatever, from how you fell in the draft. Well, however you want to state that. You should be able to beat out Kenny Pickett. You should be able to. I do not hold Kenny Pickett to any high regard. 2, Joe Flacco's old. Joe Flacco's solid for what he is. But Joe Flacco's kind of like that gatekeeper test. Can he pass that gatekeeper test? On top of that, how long can he hold up? Will he have a bad string of games? Bad string of practices? I'm talking about Flacco. We got to be perfect every practice. We can't have a run of bad practices. We got to be solid. We can win this job, though. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.